Our next speaker is a young man who has restored pride in the city of Passaic. He's a young man who's restored integrity at City Hall in the city of Passaic. He has tremendous zest for what he does. In fact, he embodies what a mayor should be. He's put his city on his back, and he has led the way to an even better future for Passaic. Ladies and gentlemen, my colleague, counterpart, and friend, Mayor Hector Carlos Lora.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you.
It's yours.
Thank you.
It is yours.
Thank you so very much, Mayor, for that most generous introduction. Thank you for hosting this and for always being so kind and welcoming to us as we come into the wonderful city of Paterson, New Jersey. Tim, I just want to share with you our deep appreciation on behalf of the entire city of Passaic, all of my colleagues who work with me on the city council, Council President Gary Scher, Councilman Chaim Monk, Councilman Dr. Terrence Love, Councilwoman Maritza Colon Montañez, Councilwoman Tanya Mello, Councilman Joe Garcia, and Councilman Daniel Schwartz. This funding makes such a huge difference for our community. As all of you know, Mayor Sayer is a big Mets fan.
Big time.
As it was already shared, if you weren't, you were just told by Mr. Sullivan that everyone's a Mets fan today.
Right, that's right.
I heard some boos. But being a Mets fan as well, everyone loves a good comeback story.
Ooh.
It's exciting. And the pandemic had devastating impacts on communities like ours, underserved communities, urban centers throughout the state of New Jersey. Unfortunately, when the pandemic was done, there was loss of life. And though many doors were open, some businesses did not. In the city of Passaic, we understood that there was unemployment. These are issues that we face throughout the years, but the pandemic only exacerbated those concerns. These were the hopes and dreams of so many families within our communities to say, I'm going to open up a business. I'm going to have part of that American dream. I'm going to have enough money to send my kids to college, to buy a home, to have a future. No one expected the pandemic, and many of those doors closed, not by choice. Obviously, there was a need to respond to this huge concern throughout the communities to keep residents safe, to keep distance. As mayor, and I'm sure that my colleague can attest to this, there was frustration. We wanted to help. We were creative. New Jersey is strong, and our cities are resilient. We became creative with outdoor dining and distancing and allowing people to come and pick up food and take it home. But at the end of the pandemic, again, I'll reiterate, there were many doors that were closed and did not open up again. Unemployment rose in areas where essential services are already scarce. So this funding, which the city of Passaic will receive over $5 million, $5 million in order for us to invest in public spaces as well as rehabilitation projects for buildings that became vacant as a result of the pandemic. We're going to use some of this money in order to take eyesore properties and create pocket parks and allow for reinvestment in areas that will make it more conducive for individuals to not only visit our commercial area, but stay in Passaic, eat in Passaic, so that we can continue this great rivalry between Paterson and Passaic as to who has the best food, a friendly rivalry. I loved this rivalry because me and Mayor Sayer go around and try different eateries around the county, and well, mostly Paterson. He's always going, come over here, because he says they have the best restaurants. But also, as was mentioned, in terms of rehabilitation, in the revitalization, strategic programming and approach that we're taking in our Main Avenue commercial corridor, we're going to utilize some of this funding in partnering with non-for-profit and for-profit developers in order to provide mixed use of commercial on the ground floor and affordable housing on the top floors, addressing an affordability issue that we know exists throughout the state of New Jersey. We know that there's going to be opportunities because of this funding to provide employment, to re-encourage our business owners, to let the community know that we are strong. The pandemic had devastating effects, as I said before, but we can continue forward together. I'm excited about this funding for Paterson, for Passaic, for cities around the state of New Jersey. As Tim Sullivan shared, that he has some other trips he has throughout the day and the funding is going to other areas. I have to share with you how important it is that Trenton comes to our cities, that you show face, that you encourage our communities, that you partner with us. I think Mayor Sayer articulated it best, that when you come, there are smiles because we know that there's going to continue to be many challenges. I tell specific stories because throughout the years, I've had families come and tell me, Mayor, our business couldn't survive the pandemic. And it wasn't because the city wasn't willing to assist or there wasn't funding. There were other extenuating circumstances. For some business owners, their partners passed away during the pandemic. Children were hurt and said, I can't continue the business. But for others, wanted to come back. This funding helps out so very much because even when you consider the investment in our commercial corridors, as I mentioned before, whether it's a pocket park or removing eyesore properties to ensure that we make the area more appealing and attractive, business owners come back and say, thank you, because this funding means you didn't forget about us, that you're still concerned about our future, because the future of our businesses, the future of our properties, of our housing opportunities, it's the future of our city and the future of our state. So as mayor, again, I want to express my deepest appreciation, Tim Sullivan, obviously to you, to the EDA, to all of the staff members who work in the EDA. The Urban Investment Fund becomes extremely important because urban centers like ours, obviously the pandemic impacted everyone, but it was difficult, more than challenging for those who were barely making it by, paying for bills, to have lost not just people they loved, but what they thought were their hopes and dreams, and to know that they have an opportunity to continue the legacy of whether their parents, grandparents, and continue to invest. It makes all of the difference. Thank you so very much.